This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Now, time for us to jump into the conversation without wasting much time. And however, we've all been there before. We've placed that perfect multi-bet. It's been going, fine until one or more picks just lets you down. That experience, I know. Well, with Betway's Bet Saver feature, more like pampanam. Yes, you can win. You can. Well, with Betway's Bet Saver feature, you can win even if your bet misses. Now, even on multiple losses, you can still get your bets back and more. Betway's Bet Saver is exclusive to Betway. Get way more. Terms and conditions apply. It's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. And also reminded that if you just dial *530#, Telecel has got a great surprise for you, because you know that everyone has their own preference when it comes to looking for value data and voice offers, and that's why Telecel offers you the best with the made for me bundles, just made for you. Now, the made for me bundles are affordable, customized data and voice packages personalized for you. So just dial *530#, easy, or download the Telecel Play app from the Play Store or App Store, and you can subscribe to that. Telecel, connecting energies. Well, we'll be getting into the conversation shortly, but before that though, Lenny,
well, there's no shortcode to dial.
I just want to remind you that he's not resigning, by the way.
There's no shortcode to dial when you want to get your Bang & Olufsen atelier to experience sound like never before, but there is a number, so you can call 0201-694341, and this is where you become part of the craft. Design your own bespoke audio masterpiece or select from exclusive creations tailored to your style. So whether it's a speaker that seamlessly fits your space or a statement piece that turns heads, if you can imagine it, then you can most definitely hear it. Discover more with Bang & Olufsen at our shop at Atlantic Towers, Airport City, Accra. Remember that Bang & Olufsen Atelier, you dream it, we craft it. Again, why not stay clean, stay hygienic, keep your hands clean, not just you, but your friends and family as well, with Cleanse Hand Soap. So you can get it in aloe vera, vanilla and honey, strawberry, antibacterial or chocolate, and it's perfect for your hand washing moments throughout the day. It kills 99.9% of germs and bacteria with every single use, and that is exciting. So grab your Cleanse Hand Soap today and stay clean with Cleanse. The GC brand is all about you.
Well, it's all about you, Cyril. It's all about you this morning. It's all about Cyril this morning. Now, I'll tell you why, Soraya, but let him just talk to us a few seconds before. He is not leaving this company.
J Foley's on.
Have you ever been threatened with the job before?
Dregs. He's on dregs, but nonetheless, soft dregs. Said red means stop. Anyway, Charlie, our Gamers Season 3 of Game On eSoccer Tournament is live. Like we said, just check out the artworks on our social media platforms or visit 3music.tv, and you can also register. Now, our knockout stages are on the 17th of this month. Charlie, make we game, make we come through, and make we play. I check the data for the back end already. Boys, line up plenty, so you better look sharp. Make sure you register. Registration ends on the 10th, so you have a few more days to line up that. Of course, we'll have our 4 finalists, and then we'll jump into our finals where we'll have our 3rd, 4th, 2nd, and of course 1st position for the ultimate champion. We had Skradada, we had Shontizi coming through and owning season 1 and 2. We're looking forward to who's gonna own season 3, maybe even a repeat champion, who knows. So make sure you come through for season 3 of the Game On eSoccer Tournament. But of course, when it comes to smiles, we definitely need to stay smiling, as Pepsodent reminds us that every time we eat foods, sugars, etc., get trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth pains, gum disease, and even foul breath in some instances. That's why there's 2 amazing variants to solve these problems. There's Pepsodent Herbal and Pepsodent Charcoal. Pepsodent Charcoal has a zinc and fluoride to make sure that any tiny holes in your teeth are filled up while giving you overall great dental hygiene. And there's Pepsodent Herbal with the ability to repair damages to our gums, courtesy the herbal extracts and the minty freshness. Now, Pepsodent Pepsodent has been doing this for 25 years with the Ghana Dental Association, so you can also benefit and speak to a dentist toll-free. How? Just call 0800-161-000, 0800-161-000, and you can also talk to a dentist today. Pepsodent is available in all shops across the country in various sizes and variants, and just to make sure that you have the best when it comes to dentition. So make sure that you reach out for a tube of Pepsodent. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
He's definitely a Pep student. Yes. Just bars.
You try.
Yeah. It's taking a while to get it. you know that thing, you can hate somebody, you go away, and the person remembers like,
seconds later.
It's not
This
taking me a
is
while.
why we don't do drugs.
No, it's not taking me a while to get, like, sometimes
Pep student?
J is a lot.
But Pep student is
Yes,
not
Pep
bad.
student.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
I know you like. Don't worry, you get there, like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Like some of us, like when we talk, sometimes it takes days for people to understand.
It's okay. Make it easy to support you.
So. Anyway, Soraya, good morning. Welcome. And 3, 2, 1, and this is where we start recording from. Now, let's get to the conversation. Recently on Max TV.
Sorry.
Yes.
The three of you are starting to look like each other. You guys need a break.
No. Can you help me, Soraya's microphone?
You guys need a break.
Adjust Soraya's microphone, please.
You guys need a break.
No.
We cannot look like each other.
I'm just saying, you guys are starting to look like each other.
We reject it.
You guys need a break. From each other.
No.
Co-host something else.
Maybe it's a haircut with Cyril and I.
It's too much.
But I don't see you.
And it's the glasses with you two.
With the two of us. Throw it away.
You see, but
you just need a holiday.
Mine, right? When I wear the things I see a lot of things, you know. And one of the things I see is that he's not resigning from this company. Like, have you ever been threatened with a job like your boss says if you dare resign?
That's Cyril's case. He's not going anywhere.
Because I'm just looking at the story and I'm like, this is like a Marvel movie.
We've been around each other for too long, maybe.
Too long.
These are not Avengers, they're Revengers.
I like that name.
Well, we invite you.
Ghana Revenge
I'll call
on
you
Max
back
TV when two of the guests were the host and a pundit.
Sorry, you said what?
Well,
Ghana
Revenge on Max TV when the host and the pundit.
host?
Yeah, a host and a pundit.
No, she's not a host.
Wasn't she the host?
She's not a host.
She is the host, but she's saying she's not the host.
She's not a host.
Oh, in the English word.
Let's continue.
Round one.
Round one.
She's not a host.
The host of the show, right?
I'm moving icons on the computer. In case you need something to do. You want icons?
Of the show
calculation
and the
shortcut for you.
pundits. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
She's not a host. She's not a host.
No.
She's
but
got
the
a
host.
Kosia Techiwa, by the
Yeah,
way.
but she's not professional.
Yeah, the host of the show,
The entertainment show.
Yes, sort of critiqued the outfits of Sina. Now, however, they've come out to she's come out to apologize.
Was that an apology?
Apologize. Well, let's set the precedent first.
Okay.
Yes, to apologize on the incident as well. But when it happened, also Sina so did react. But before that, let's take a look at the video that sparked this whole conversation.
Can we premise the video?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay, so let's take a look
Soraya,
at the
he's
video
thoughtful.
of somebody working out in a gym. Let's play it.
The video is personally, I was so disappointed in Sinaso. Because social media, the pressure every Maya, we get it. But girl, this is a no. And who follow now or not on dress say?
Na dey no dress say.
Say your branding.
Yan kan chen so Jimmy. Yan kan chen say o Jimmy. Enu no mom na betima to na dwunu. Sina so o Jimmy. O man kofo nsem mo kan dey fa ho no ene o free eye 1 akotu o Jimmy. Na panyini bi oben wo no en kan che wa ane me catch o plane say o Jimmy o se o brand no. Se wadwene se opese nkofo adwene ma wo so a ene nkofo adwene be ba wo so na emom no ebidu mebi ne bego against
you because on any album launch I didn't want to bring that video. Atari Osaka it was not national orange like what's going on?
Yeah, when your mom makatom who never into your so bow mom katom.
But do you think industry need pressure sir?
Social media need the be more pressure simply because Se wanye se so ni di ni ntene.
Na American.
What I say, opeso yi no si ya no bi a che se ni woni but ni kwani wo yi wo se no no hwe wo ho ti se oba o ze we say oni ni sisi ne na hip nyina bomo shape ni oni shape bia
Abrofo body no.
Abrofo body na mekasa abrofo ne pesa ade we no but Ghana de ye pesa ade we oni shape bia etu ye wo say na ebema wan kasa no hu say uze
Well, so that is the conversation, part of the conversation. Well, the clip that was shared on socials, and various reactions from a lot of people with regards to the comments that were, I beg your pardon, passed by the host and the pundits as well on the show. This has opened up a kind of worms, a conversation that needs to be had with regards to who's right, who's wrong, who was fair in the submission, and who wasn't. But it's also only right that we play the apology video from the hosts as well here.
Juma bidi.
Sir,
Juma na ansana.
Due diligence.
Nukra de we here ansana we nka nanka o say due diligence and
ansana of course. All right.
We there. Mpacho ma minya ma.
Thank you very much. For any ATF for the night. Very good morning. You're welcome to the Max Morning Show. So na se metiano pe answer me the entertainment about someone. Now I think on Monday me the story be by concerning Sinaso and the dressing. Na make guest na okame ho eye bigger quiz ne all chances binumo ankoye amagana fubinom. It is a nano permit ha me pacho on behalf of our management, myself, the entire IMAX team, and a bigger quiz and kasa. Yes, the all kind and I said yes story no and top munasuya and penfenim monfa and cheye. It is Sinaso. We are sorry. On behalf of a bigger quiz, or chances at a point, it got a bit personal, attacking your personality. And if you watch my show, we don't do that. We talk about the story. We don't attack people's personality. So we are sorry. We wish you all the best in your new album release. It's very beautiful. We'll enjoy it. It's be pamucho. And pay for him once again. Whatever that went on Monday, holiday no.
Well, so that was the apology that was also aired and shared on socials from Max TV. Anyway. Now, there's a conversation, however, to be had, and this morning we have ladies and gentlemen in the studio, and quite a number of questions. So pardon me, for me today, I have to be very neutral because this is my job, to be neutral and, speak for both parties, ask questions for both parties. One
I'll remind
on the
you
side.
when you take a stance next time.
I also remind you that you don't need to take some neutral part for anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know that I'm in control of the mixer.
Oh, no, I just
when
want you
any
to
comment
know.
is not going my way, I will kill it.
the mic. Of course.
I have the power. Watch. Nobody can speak. Oh, you can say something. Let me see. That's a fair warning.
We know you. Don't worry.
So we would ask questions because I saw conversation from both ends. Where some people were in support of the criticism. However, the words were a bit harsh, and others were definitely not in support of everything that was said. So I was reading quite a number of comments. In my personal opinion, I side with Sina. And the fact that what the pundits did were wrong. Clearly, for television ethics, it is unprofessional. However, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion on any matter, regardless.
Granted.
However, when you enter certain spaces, there are ways to communicate. So even if you are not in support of Sina's outfit, there might be a way to communicate. So we are going to have a very decent conversation on this. When I say decent conversation, we also don't want to practice what we preach. We want to practice what we preach in the sense that we also want to be professional with our utterances towards this. So I'm just trying to set the tone for the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be asking really hard questions. If you realize for the past 20 minutes I haven't said the question yet, but I'll be asking really hard questions this morning. But guys, let me just do a roundhouse conversation on this first. Sarah, since you were a guest on the show, what are your thoughts on on fashion per se when it comes to women in media, in music, current generation. Before we come down to Sina's conversation, what is your general perception on how women project themselves? I just want your opinion on that matter. Before we come to Sina, I know you are heated up for Sina, but I want to pour some coffee on you this morning.
Okay. I am very conservative when it comes to how people dress, personally. But I also respect human beings and understand that everybody has the choice to do whatever they want to do.
So are you in support of
LGBTQ?
LGBTQ?
Let me finish. You asked me a question.
Yeah, I'm just adding questions to it.
But let me finish let me answer the first question.
Okay.
But I think that we also understand that there is a watershed and there is rules of engagement whenever you're in a sector.
Okay.
In the media sector, there are rules. At a certain time, there's certain things you can wear, there's certain things you can say, there's certain things you can do on television. You can't sell alcohol after a certain period of time because the understanding is you're having kids watch you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Granted.
that's one thing. Social media is not a public platform for people's consumption without their choice. Let me explain. You choose to go onto someone's social media and the person is wearing a thong. Yours is not to argue why is the person wearing a thong. If the person was sitting on GTV, then you have a point. That's it. I'm not talking about Sina in general. I'm talking in general.
I'm following.
So if I go on your social media and I see you wearing mismatched socks or you're wearing a tuxedo without a belt, a tuxedo with a belt, and I come on social media and I lambast you for it. I come on TV, and I lambast you for it.
For what I've seen
on your personal
page, which influences people.
That's fine. There are people on social media.
No, I'm not talking about other people.
There are people on social media who have larger numbers that are not in the media space. So if I come on your personal page that you've posted and I bring it to television, which is a public space, right, which all of us agree that this is a regulated space, that's where you fail. That's number one. Number two, I truly believe that people should always look their best, in the sense of, if I know I have short legs, I don't wear a long top because it will make me look shorter. Serial.
Why did you mention cereal?
Right? So if you are taller,
yes,
you don't do things to, if you're extremely tall, you don't do things to accentuate that height. Rather, you level it down. If you're slimmer, if you're bigger, you dress to look slimmer, to look your best. You don't necessarily dress to not look slimmer. Does that make sense? If I'm my size, I'm not going to be wearing stripes for everybody to see the direction to my big stomach. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. Okay. You always look your best. But then you also always dress for the occasion. If I'm in the gym, I don't wear a wedding gown.
Granted.
If I'm going to a party and it's a dinner party, I don't wear a daytime sundress. If I'm on television and it's Salah, I don't dress up in a costume and just wear an outfit because it's Salah when I'm not a Muslim. And then I sit there and discuss somebody else's dressing.
Hey.
So the thing is, it's a very simple situation. Everybody has the right to do what they want. Everybody has the right to criticize somebody's choices, but also understand that you have the responsibility. That's number one.
Do you think that this is coming? The utterances are wrong. Do you think that this is coming? And this is open to anyone. That this is coming from a place of a realization that maybe we start looking at how we should not critiquing, but I want to put it in the right way. That sometimes how maybe the females dress for certain occasions public occasions to places, there's a brewing volcanic eruption that's just about to, explode.
Perfect. You said it. You said it right.
Yeah.
How they dress for certain occasions. So I made the point to say, if I'm going to a party, an evening party, I have to dress accordingly. If I'm going to church or a mosque, I have to dress accordingly. If I'm going to my mom's, my auntie's 80th birthday party, I dress accordingly. If I am in the gym or in a dance studio, I dress accordingly.
We'll talk about the gym outfit.
So let me just land.
Not Sina's outfit. I'm talking about
yes, in general.
Because the government needs to come in.
So let me also ask a simple question.
Yeah.
Where is the education on men dressing badly? Where is the education? Because it's very easy to say, oh, the society is being erupted. You said the society is erupting in a volcano because of people wearing the wrong thing.
When you say men dressing badly. Okay, so now let's understand that phrase very well.
Okay,
there is
sagging pants.
There's in reference to that. Yeah. I don't know. I want you to just break it down so that people, because they are
no, because you see, we can all sit there and point fingers.
Yeah.
And say this and that and that and that, but the truth of the matter is, you don't have, Mr. Foley. You don't have a point.
Me, but I haven't even made a point.
No, your question.
Yeah.
Like, to me,
that
it's just
the question
it's just too much.
Which of the questions I've asked?
The one you just asked now.
Are you in support of LGBTQ?
No, the men dress badly.
No. So now I have been in certain rooms where some parents, and like I'm saying, I'm asking these questions just to feed both ends. Where some parents have had problems with their wards, when they wear crop tops. And you are ladies, so yes, you can speak to it. What do you make of that conversation? When major parts of the body is exposed. Yes, Cyril. Yeah.
Before we analyze the why people choose to wear what, we need to understand that fashion is a derivative of visual communication.
It's too much.
Fashion is a visual communication.
Is a form of visual communication.
What you are wearing is what you want people to see. That's what he's saying.
No, what you are wearing tells me how to relate to you and how you want or intend for me to perceive you, void of any other direct interaction.
Your explanation is longer than your sentence, but I like it.
There's a reason why when somebody is wearing a political suit without even knowing whether he's the cleaner or he's the driver, I say honorable. That same person with sagging pants, you might not even let them in your gate. So whether it's a crop top or bum shorts, there is an intentionality to what that piece of fashion is supposed to convey. Hence Soraya's point that if I invited you to dinner and you came in a crop top and bum shorts, it's not that you are naked, it's that the message you are sending out within the context of this space is contradictory, and it raises a red flag because it's communicating something inappropriate for the setting. If I met you at the beach or at a beach club in a crop top and bum shorts, you'd fit perfectly in. So the big thing for me here is understanding the role fashion has in communicating and the role fashion has within each context that you choose to critique it in. Taking that to what Sina's video, whatever, is about. Social media and the internet often removes our minds from context. The perfect context that those people there failed to understand or review before making their very, very short-sighted analysis on Sina was the fact that the context of what she was wearing was appropriate. She was in a dance studio where she needed to dress like you dress in a dance studio.
Capri pants and a crop top.
We've seen Sina.
Since the 70s.
I've known Sina for as long as she's been doing this. And I've seen Sina at corporate events.
Thank you.
Beautifully dressed and appropriately. I've seen her at media events.
Actually attested to it when I think.
They're trying to they claim.
I've seen her.
They claim she switched it up for attention.
Even when she was in her Klamanye era, she dressed to fit the context of how she wanted to communicate to her audience.
Yep.
She doing something privately, which she probably brought her audience on her private social media platforms. That, hey guys, I'm going dancing. It's none of Max. What channel is it? Whatever channel
Max
it is,
TV.
It's none of their business.
Yeah.
If
I want
you
to just clarify that it's Max TV, because I already called somebody and blasted their own station.
If you choose to go into my social media page, right, and pick something out of its context and put it on a platform where the context becomes a problem, and then criticize and denigrate me for it, then it's not any form of journalism.
That's a problem.
Yes.
It's equivalent for me coming into your house, barging in on you on the bathroom, dragging you to the roadside,
and saying you
are naked.
You are naked.
Sina Soul did not put this on GTV or on 3 Music or on that channel. Sina Soul put it on her own social media platform to show her people that she's learning how to dance.
She was even dancing to
a song
larger than life.
Yes.
Right? So
you understand? So the responsibility of any journalist or any public communicator is to translate the context of the media that they themselves have perceived or experienced.
You went to go look for it.
To the larger audience. If I took, what's it called? If you see somebody running in shorts, bare-chested, on a Monday afternoon without the context, you'd say they are mad.
Yeah.
If you saw 900 other people following them, you'd say it's a marathon. Context is everything in communication. And fashion taken out of context will always come across as problematic. And only if you are looking for ratings, cheap, horrible, low, body shaming, degrading ratings at any cost, is when you would behave in this manner. It's quite unfortunate that gentleman went from
Sorry,
what.
Hold on.
That man.
Let me. Charlie,
that man.
It's the lowest form of our media ethics.
And that
to sit on a platform that is
real pandemic right now.
That to sit on a platform that is so amplified and take the commentary from what she was wearing, which is appropriate within the context of where she was and what she was doing, and continue to talk about her, go beyond what she's wearing
her
to now describe her body type, talking about her hips,
and even talk about her mental.
So he went from describing her fashion to sexualizing her body and what he thought was appropriate, and describing Sina's body as inappropriate,
and body shaming,
to the chorus and commentary and comedic overtones of the other smallish guy in the chair where the body nibi.
The full stop.
We don't care what your short-sightedness, your poor upbringing, or your lack of situational awareness
is very heavy.
Brings you to. If you have an opinion that maybe women in Ghana, or there's something called abrofo body, or there's something called bibini body, that is in your head. Keep it there. But the moment you are given a microphone and a camera, you need to have the discernment to be able to filter the nonsense out of your mind, to present something that is not only entertaining but is as informative as it is elevating to the person you are talking about and to the platform that you serve.
And if you can't, you keep quiet.
Because you made reference to
and if you can't,
the
you keep quiet.
Era, right? Don't we see so many times that in even our traditional settings, some of the outfits that we wear, it shows our midsection?
I was gonna say, first and foremost, she showed no nipples. She showed no cleavage.
Thank you.
She showed no bum crack.
Thank you.
She showed only her midriff.
But we have
now, here's the
people
thing.
running on social media showing all these parts of their
the
body.
Volta region,
and they are celebrating
the dance, the Voltas, the Ashantis. We all show midriff.
We have outfits.
So if you want to talk about culture,
I don't think it's
if you want to talk about culture, if you want to make the argument and say it's not our culture,
I don't really want to talk much about it. So let me just finish and I leave it for you guys.
Okay.
Void of the disaster that was that first episode.
The apology.
The shambolic apology, where you didn't even go the extra mile to actually figure out what the album is about.
Or called.
Where you could have done it in 10 different ways to actually engage and show some remorse and some renewed direction. You come on TV again and say, did life.
Did life. They say right. They say yes, did life.
You see, we are the same ones that host these artists and these creators and grill them. Do you think
why don't you
think you could have been bigger? Is it because you didn't have a record label? So and so did this and that and did. It is not easy for an artist. I have been there. So to be afforded more time in belittling your body and embarrassing you, to spend more media time in doing that than actually going on Google or going on X or Instagram to actually give a damn about the music of the artist you claim you are apologizing for. It tells you everything about the caliber of the person speaking.
And then they doubled down when she saw the photo. She went, "Oh, isn't that sexy?" She doubled down.
Yeah,
she doubled down.
And also
they are not
now
going to talk
making
about
it
them
seem
again.
like, you see, I think that in the conversation about women supporting women, right, it should go beyond a certain month. It should go beyond a certain day. It should go.
It was they're still in the month.
Honestly, it should go beyond
yeah.
that, because I don't like how she wheeled around to, because if you listen to or if you watch the first one where she was the one inciting the guys, right, and even went as far as talking about she not getting an award for the song she did with Aquaboa, and then the guys come to say, so maybe that's why she's getting attention, so that she's dressing the way she's dressing to get attention. Then she went to speak about her the listening party that she did and the dress she was wearing.
She wasn't even wearing a dress, she was wearing a skirt.
She kept like inciting the guys to do whatever they did.
And like I said,
now, when she comes to apologize,
because the reason I said she's not a host is because, number one, this is your platform. Like John, like you said, if you want, you can just turn us off. But at least you can control the conversation.
They've turned you up. Yes, you can control the conversation,
in a respectful way, where everybody could quickly say, hey, this is not about this. We're here talking about, even if you're talking about an outfit, we're talking about the outfit. We're not talking about the body, and you can just leave it there. Let's take it as you're uneducated. You don't know. You don't do your research, so you don't know that Sina So been rocking a crop top since day one. Vodafone icons. Yeah. Let's just say you have time. Let's just say you don't do your research, right? Because unfortunately, I know the person who created that TV program. I know the hosts that have been on that show before, and unfortunately they left. So it seems like this person has come in, and there is an incessant need to trend, because they took the video, they cut it up, they posted it on their Twitter, on their TikTok, on their Instagram, everywhere. And when the backlash happened, they pulled it down.
And even beyond that, Soraya, I also think that she should have done a lot of research when it came to doing her apology, because she just kept fumbling in between. She likes the song
because she didn't want to apologize,
to saying that
because she didn't want to apologize.
Has it been released yet, or has the album been released?
When someone doesn't want to apologize, you can
the
tell.
Album did live and all of that, and also it's a plea, right? I think people like this make it very difficult for pretty faces who actually have essence and bring a lot of things to the table to thrive.
Yeah. Why do you guys think the apology wasn't?
Not everybody is a bimbo.
Because I know how to apologize.
The full thing.
If I come to apologize to you and I call you friend,
can I say something?
Let's ask the question.
Not everybody is a bimbo, Jay. When people are actually sorry for things that they say, you don't go rambling. She went from taking herself out of the conversation to blaming the guys, to make it seem like it's the guys who said what they said. But the guys wouldn't have gone on and on and on if you also hadn't started saying all of the things that she
referenced
said
herself.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
Can we play it back first?
She referenced the guys.
You shouldn't do that again. Not
can we
everybody is a
let's not give her
and for everybody who wants to be on
just for
TV
clarification purposes. I want to be sure.
So that Soraya or other people will not say you are not a host. I think you should bring some level of essence, and you should know the space that you are in. It's not all about trends, because after you trend, what else? You know what she's done? Beyond this, I don't think there's anything she would say that people will take her seriously. There's nothing, because
did life.
And
it's unfortunate because what you're doing is you're shooting females further down in the foot,
and you know, and as a professional, you know how tough it is for the ladies in the music industry.
I talk about her as a professional.
So let me ask.
Yes,
not in support
know.
of it. I'm just asking. So, how would you have wanted to see the apology? I'm just asking. I mean,
so if I want to apologize for something,
my job is to ask questions.
Yes.
My HR hired me here to ask questions.
I'm answering. So I'm answering.
Yes, please. Yes,
you apologize for your part first. You apologize. You take responsibility.
Yes. It's your show.
Because beyond everything, you're the host.
Yeah.
So even saying the guy went and said things too far, no, the whole conversation was wrong. Then you further mocked the photos when they put up the screen of the photo of a new picture of her, which is not the album cover. She said, "Oh, that's nice." Then they put up a picture of her in the album cover, and she goes, "Oh, sexy." Like you're actually mocking the situation. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, it is hot. It's like you're standing
and
10
in
toes.
that cover photo, even she still has these.
My thing is stand 10 toes and be like,
stand on
I
business.
don't like how you dress, and don't apologize
with your full chest.
or apologize with your full chest. Is the half-heartedness for me. And to me, I just want to say one thing to Sina So. I think that I even think her response was not even needed. I wish she hadn't responded.
Yeah.
Because Sina is amazing. She does this by herself. Like Cyril was saying, she is self-funded. She's independent. She has no labels. When they are having the top 10 then discussions, you guys don't put her in it. When I say you guys, I mean as in the industry. We don't put her in there. When they're doing this person, they don't put her in those conversations. But she continues.
But at the same time, we all know
continues
she's really
to do her work. She continues to deliver. She continues to push her music forward, and it pisses me off that just by these utterances, somebody will sit in a marketing manager's meeting and say, "Oh, what about Sina So for this campaign? Oh, that girl said she know they dress well." And these are the things, the repercussions of when we sit on platforms and we make these statements. And it's so sad that now I'm watching all these platforms come up with all these like extremely scandalous shows where it's like we just say whatever we want to say, we say it however we want to say it. There's no rhyme or reason, there's no process, but we say it because we want to trend at the detriment of the people who help make the industry. We all add to the industry. So to me, it pisses me off that she has to even deal with this during her album launch, where we're not discussing how amazing her album is and how amazing all her music has been and how she constantly puts back.
I finally have a question for Cyril. I've been sitting down for 30 minutes trying to find a question for Cyril. If these utterances were made on their personal page, I mean maybe on the ladies' page or on Big Akwe's page, would that have been any different?
Yes. That would mean that it is an opinion that they carry as an individual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there would be no difference from somebody in the comments losing their mind.
Pause right there. Okay, so pause right there. Now, the television, traditional media, is in heavy competition with digital media to the point that now TV radio stations are all, directing content. Yes. So would you say that gradually the ethics of television have been watered down because
so
of,
this is what this is what is happening
because
so this
I'm just asking
because
that,
they want
so
to go on social media
are we
trend.
getting to a point where the ethics of television is being
they've blurred the lines.
Yes, it's being blurred with
it shouldn't be the case
because we are disconnected, we are getting disconnected from the things that matter. Do you understand?
Bars, bro.
That doesn't mean that you resign.
No problem. Do you understand? And the fact that OAPs, right, when the camera goes off, are brands alone. Gone are the days where an OAPs
needed the platform
goes off, 3 Music Channel goes off after Culture Daily, Serial, J Foley, AC, Lenny. They don't exist. There's no social media to extend that brand of an OAP. But now we have content that runs through the whole day where we walk around going to the Gobe and the TZ spot still in celebrity mode, quote unquote. That is blurring the line. So people become so accustomed, right, to carrying this full persona of superstar onto social media, out of social media, onto TV, radio, off, that it's all become a big salad of nya. So when people get on camera, they forget that the ethics for this thing that I'm doing now is totally different from what I do when I pick this up. You can go on your phone and do whatever you want on your social media, and if the repercussions of this are negative, you will lose your job on traditional media.
Yep.
Do you understand?
We've seen it happen. YouTube shows have knock-on effects.
So that should tell you that no matter how big your social media following, when you are on a public media platform that's disseminating information to the masses, your behavior, your code of ethics, your code of conduct is totally different. But if you just extend your TikTok persona to a radio mic or to a TV camera, then you are not a journalist. The difference between a journalist and a content creator is that the journalist is guided by a code of ethics, a code of conduct. Content creator fish show in Botos, it be content. That being page. Get off my page if you don't like to see Botos at 6 in the morning. Content creator. You can't do that as a broadcast journalist or as a media personality, because there's a filter to refine whatever it is you want to express in a way that it is generic enough for the audience to not be offended, so that you are not saying something that's pissing this person off while elevating this person. So there's no amount of superstar you can be that will make you bigger than the rules around this industry that we find ourselves.
Or just don't be part of it.
Okay, I'll leave it here.
Glory.
I'll leave it here.
I would hope you've changed your mind.
You've shared very strong insights into the.
I thought you would come in stronger, Jay.
I do want to.
I think
come
Jay
in
brought
stronger.
up a little topic about like if parents issues with people wearing crop tops and all of that.
There is a certain fine line to the conversation, but it is very, very sensitive and highly dangerous to tread on.
Yeah.
But the context
but I don't think
in
it is.
the situation
yeah.
justifies everything we've said in here.
But I also think that the larger conversation we want to have about clothing and dressing and over sexualization on social media and all of that.
Because
I agree with you in terms of is it for kid content? No. There's a reason why Instagram says 14 and above, right?
And YouTube has YouTube Kids.
And YouTube has YouTube Kids, which, by the way, you can't even sneeze on YouTube Kids without, a problem.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, these platforms have their rules and regulations, but 95% of parents are opening accounts for their kids. And you can't be upset. It's like going to a beer bar and being upset that they sell alcohol.
Yeah.
There's a platform, and it's like we make adult content. We make teenager to adult content. There are teenage platforms and there are adult platforms. And you join it, and then you say, my 8-year-old or my 6-year-old likes this because this artist is wearing. Where are they consuming that information? There are either two things. In a case of what happened at Max TV, somebody's taking the content that is meant for evening time or their private social media and putting it on television for everybody to consume, or you are giving them access to their phones. Let me put my phone down, the screen is cracked. Giving them access to their phones and then them consuming things that are not good for kids.
Like I said, well, I really wish you could have taken this conversation on and on and on. Our time is fast spent though, but my final question, as directed by my job, is in all of this, how does this situation, very, very sad situation, and I say sad because it was very wrong for the pundits to have done that.
And the host.
To have done that.
The pseudo-host.
And immediately, I'm glad that the station pulled it down, and that there should be an unqualified apology.
I'm
to
sorry.
Sina Soul.
Why did the station put it up?
So I cannot speak to that.
So my thing is,
usually what happens in media platforms is that the digital media executives, social media executives, and these people are, so you can't beat down the CEO
I actually follow.
That's
their
why
page.
there are people who
I actually follow their
supposed
page,
to be doing these checks.
and they don't put up that kind of content often.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. I can't speak
I
to
think
that.
it's really sad that stations are like you're saying. In the
you see
in the fight.
Cena's, sorry to cut you because I just want to say this before time we go. Cena's story has opened up a can of worms, and the conversations are a lot depending on where you look at it. But I'm glad from the context in which we have spoken in, it makes 100% sense. Now there's a bigger conversation. Forget about Abeka Kwesi and the host and what the things they said. Then there's a bigger conversation where in the same room as we sit in, persons who have come in, guests, hosts, pundits, have spoken about that's over-sexualized or that's how women sell themselves, usually in music videos and all those things. Even beyond that, there are bigger conversations about what Lenny was saying: women supporting women, women critiquing women, some women destroying the image of the whole womanhood and all those things. It goes on and on and on and on, depending on where you stand and where you look at it from. So that's what I'm saying. That I applaud for the context. I'm glad that the station, what I expected also to see from the station would have been a presser from the station, an unqualified apology from the station, the brand itself, because regardless, it was said on their platform.
She's probably not perceived.
I don't know if
enough.
that has happened, but I can't speak to that as well.
She's probably not perceived to be big enough.
And this,
otherwise, the apology you are asking for
would have come would
have come before.
And would have been better.
My point is, they put up the footage. The show happened live, and then somebody cut the footage.
But it is done.
And uploaded it. I'm coming and uploaded it, and they never.
Government cry.
They hold on. They never put up that length of footage on their social media, especially when it comes to that entertainment show, because that entertainment show is a block within another show. So they never do that. But what I think is, there is this crazy need for people to trend, and they thought, like Cyril is saying, maybe she's not big enough. In their minds, she's not big enough, so we're gonna trend and we're gonna ride on this person.
And I like this thing because also, it is the heat that traditional media is going through with regards to fight, when you want to be in the face of people in the digital space, that you're looking for content. So unfortunately, sometimes I've been a victim of statements that haven't gone down well with people and all of those things.
Yeah, so fine.
And it is a very difficult place to be in.
Yeah.
And also it is a very, very difficult space to be in a seat like this, where you have to smartly champion and steer conversations. So I can understand the what she did. But so sometimes when you're in that moment in her seat, you might forget yourself. It happens.
No problem. You forget
yourself, and then you do this thing. So
you can forget yourself before.
Let's go a step further. You can forget yourself.
Oh, please, people, relax. So I'm not speaking for anybody. I'm just saying
you can forget yourself, but you don't double down on your social media.
I'm just saying something.
See, the thing is, here's a little insight.
We are talking in context. So if we don't let me finish the context in which I speak in, it will not make sense to a lot of people. So please, I beg you, calm down. Time is up. And I'm saying that equally in that seat. Sometimes when people sit in these hot seats and you are hosting, steering conversation, and you don't pinch yourself to remind yourself that the ethics of the platform apply, T's and C's apply, you just might get caught up in your personal opinion. Many a time where I have shared personal opinions on certain issues, but I can't speak it because of where I'm sitting.
On music,
Yes, so I can't speak it because of where I sit. But if you slack and get in the conversation, you just might start spilling things that you're not even supposed to say. You understand? They may be true. It may be the very hard, bitter truth, but because of ethics of where, like what you were saying, you just can't speak to those things. So I would hope and pray that Max would actually put out a presser, from the brand as well.
Mr. John Foley,
and because this can be hurtful to Cena.
Mr. John Foley.
Please, I'm coming. This can be hurtful to
My hands
Cena.
are up, by the way.
Hurtful to Cena, as she just released a very good
album.
An amazing album. And we've seen her journey till now. So we can only also support with the platforms that we have, be supportive. If we can really critique the music, which we did in here, we can critique the music if you don't like it. But as the platform, I think we can only be supportive to ourselves if we look at the brighter side of the conversation. So thank you, my team, for this.
Mr. John Foley.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. John Foley.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying about getting caught in the moment. But this is somebody who, when the heat was on and everybody was talking about it on X, posted on her personal social media that if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Intentional.
Yes, so it was intentional. And I'm saying this to say, I know the people who produced the show, I know the people who created the show, they've left now. They've left because there's an intentional need to create hype and noise. And the only thing was they didn't expect for it to backfire the way that it did.
And on that note, we have to bring this to a close. We're back here on Monday with another splendid episode of Did Life.